I bring you greetings from Greater Hurst Chapel AME Church, where Bishop Porter grew up. And he got part of his training there. And a few years ago, the first week in September, when school started, this little boy, 7 years old, was in my second grade class with his bright eyes and his pretty little smile and his sweet little voice. His voice is innate from his mother. His mother could sing beautifully, so he got that singing from his mother. So in second grade, our social studies was community helpers. And on the wall, I had all the postmen, the mailman, the fireman, all those people. And the children would say what they was going to be when they grew up. So I don't know what Porter said, Bishop Porter said he was going to be. But anyway, I said, what you going to be when you grow up is not up there. So I said, anybody talk as much as you talk. I said, you're going to be a lawyer or a preacher. And in teacher training, they always taught us, the naughty students, you would keep them up near you. But he wasn't naughty, but I had to keep him up near me. His little desk was right by my desk. So I told him, you're going to be my helper, because if I gave him a paper first, he would be through before I got through passing them out to the other student. And then he'd let him copy off of his paper. And one day, a little boy, he copied so off of Bishop Porter's paper until he had his name on it. So at this particular time, Booker Campbell was just one from the first grade all the way to 12th was on the same campus. And Bishop Porter was my helper. So anywhere I had to send anybody on the campus, I sent him to keep him busy. And as the years rolled by, I was transferred to Booker High. It was departmentalized. And at that time, I was supposed to do some remedial work in the high school. So that meant I didn't see Bishop Porter. I would see him passing with his suit on, his tie, his satchel, going across the campus, and he'd give me this. And a few years later, I was transferred to the junior high, and that's when I met his beautiful wife, Cynthia. She was Cynthia Johnson then, and I had her in 7th and 8th grade. And the thing I can remember about Cynthia, I always think about it, she said, what she wished for me when I die, that I would go to heaven. Wasn't that beautiful? Yeah. And I always think of that. So, Miss Poe said Bishop Porter was going to be a mathematician. I said, he might be a mathematician, but he going to be my preacher. And Miss Daly said he was going to be a writer, because he was head of they had a yearbook, and I think he was instigating of getting a yearbook. And Lona Simmons said he was going to be a writer. So all our predictions were right.
Yeah.
Miss Poe got her mathematician. Miss Bailey got her writer. And Miss Lona Simmons got her writer. And the one thing I remember about Bishop Porter, I don't know what happened, but anyway, the principal wasn't even on the campus, and something came up, he might remember, and Bishop Porter, being president of the student council, he called a meeting, and it was brought, you know, over the loudspeaker. Everybody report to the chapel. So we all went to the chapel, and he stood up there and lectured to the whole student body. And whatever he said, I mean, it was quiet. I said, it's so quiet, and no teacher was saying a word. We was sitting there like this. So, when our cars weren't prevalent then, I walked to school, and when I'd walk to school, I'd always have to pass by his house on my way to school. And coming back, I would pass by there, and I would always talk to his mother. So she said, "How you and my boy getting along?" I said, "He's still talking. So it's an honor for me to be and to see that I taught a bishop.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And one thing I think about, they said, I learned this just a few years ago. They said once a man and twice a child. So once a woman and then a little girl. So I'm back in my little girl days now, toddling along. So I wish Brother Bishop Porter many, many years in the ministry.
Thank you.
And I often pray for him, and I know he prays for me.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Thank you, Lord.